S&P, the market's kind of just piddled around today. Going on to the day. Yeah, so we did a little bit up, a little bit down, whole lot of nothing. Um, I gotta say we've bought every dip. This one kind of feels like we're gonna sell off a little bit more. Uh, but I think we talked about this the other day. Like it hits this, we come back, test it one more time, and then we push up. I still like I talked about a strong correction, if not a crash, is coming. This is not it. So still on the buy the dip scenario. If it does hit this yellow zone tomorrow, I would be bullish over the weekend. As far as the expected moves, we just keep dancing around that weekly expected move. NASDAQ, I guess it didn't have quite the day the S&P had, as far as like the up and down and indecision, but still not a very strong day, I don't think. Hmm. I would want to buy the dip on the NASDAQ, but yeah, it'd have to hit this zone right here. I don't know if there's a play for me tomorrow. If it pulls back into this zone, maybe there's a type 2 play right here at the stop below here. And maybe I would take that as an NQ contract. It would have to hit specifically that. Nothing I would buy now, just in case we were to pull all the way back. I for sure would buy the dip down here.
You think they hit it before the big tech earnings next week? You think they bring it down a little bit and get everybody thinking about the calls they're in?
Hopefully. Uh, that's what that's one thing I do want to see. I have a bias for it because anything I do see like Meta or anything like that selling off into earnings, I'm gonna buy that dip. But today, it was just one day, but it kind of maybe it's just because I was in Tesla so much watching it. But this is what the NASDAQ kind of feels like. Maybe we're not going to get that crazy sell off before earnings. And then the NASDAQ market, it just needs to jack around tomorrow and Monday, because Tuesday is when we start really kicking things off. So I have a feeling we might just be kind of where we're at now, just absolutely jacking around. Uh, I don't know of a scenario that I probably, it would be hard not to be bullish these big tech earnings coming up, unless everybody has that same idea and starts buying into it. But as of right now, I think some are probably already around that dip buy territory. The Russell, I guess you'd have to buy the dip. Not a bad dip either as far as the overall trend. It looks like that's just.
Tom Lee says buy. I'm in.
Well, Tom Lee's wrong.
The
Let's see what Tom Lee's up
couldn't
to.
get above the open.
Oh, I wonder if we're going to rein that in tomorrow. I will say, if there's a gamble play right now, it'd have to be considerably cheap. Like maybe tomorrow morning, right at the bell, grabbing some 221 calls in IWM just to see if they rein it back in. I would only do that if it's like a 6 cent call. I'm talking Wall Street bet status. Then they rein it back in and it ends up being green. The same could be said for 2 standard deviations down. But I would say along that trend, it's probably more of a dip buy. Plus,
That's what Tom's doing.
if Tom Lee's going to be right, we got this thing
Save the world.
got to light it up. You say it's a big world? Guess it's a small world. All right, let's do we